So, we're going to play some Fortnite. As you can tell, I'm level 5, but that doesn't mean anything because I am super terrible at this game. Yeah, I haven't played, really. I just downloaded it last night, and I'm still trying to get the basics down. Like, I usually play like Call of Duty and all that stuff, but this is like an entire different league. A new league for me. But anyway, my name's PinkCanoeDaVagoo. I'm glad you guys are watching. I don't really stream much. I don't really play video games that much. So, I'm glad you're watching. This is a super fun game, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm having the time of my life. Even when I die, I love playing this game. It's still a lot of fun. I have noticed that I think my go-to area is the middle of the lake over there. You can see to the right of the balloon. And there's like this house that's on an island. I'm not gonna go for that right away. I'm gonna go to the island next to it. See, I'm still learning. Okay. Yada yada storm stuff. So, the last game I played, which was right before I started the stream, I got 20th place, and I actually got here. See, I actually built like a bridge over to here, and as soon as I got over here, someone started sniping me and threw a grenade. I don't know what that was, but okay. Tactical shotgun, I think? Huh. Right on. Okay. I'm gonna go this way now. I assume someone's been up there now. But we're gonna find out. But anyway, oh. That's lit. Okay. Let's go this way. So, someone actually built a staircase up to the house that I fortified right there. And, unfortunately, I died because I got too cocky. Shield potion. What else is over here? Ammo. Okay. Yeah, let's get up here. So what the hell is this? I don't know what the bush is. Is it just like light camouflage? Ooh, okay. Ooh. What do I have? I consider myself pretty fucking lucky for that one. Let's... I didn't even use my shield potion yet. I should probably do that, huh? silver. I'll take that. What's going on? What's going on? Ah, okay. I see you now. Okay, I'm still in the center relatively, so... I'm getting too fucking cocky with this. But I've got plenty of resources right now. Fuck! Fuck! Oh, why do I still have my fucking thing up? Ah, shit, man. I don't think I was doing pretty bad. I don't know about you guys, but... Ah, fuck, that's disappointing. I'm almost level 6. Alright, let's play another one. Finding. it's not over there. There's a few over there. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Fuck! I got shotgunned. God damn it. Oh man. Maybe if I hadn't said or done anything, they wouldn't have seen. Oh my. That's disappointing. That's super disappointing. Fuck. Alright, let's play again. We'll do one or two more matches. So I'm actually watching my live gameplay right now, just to see how it's turning out. I'm coming for you, buddy. Alright, let's try somewhere else. Let's go for... Farmington over there, there's a barn. Let's go for... There's a big bridge over there. Let's go for near the top of this hill, that building over there. I guess collecting the buildings. Wow. Well, more than I was expecting. Oh, it's a little mining thing. Look at that. Okay. Oh, there's this fucker right next to me. I couldn't use my trap right there. God damn it. Okay, one last game. Ooh, okay. Come on. One last game, and I'll call it quits. So, you guys in the comments, let me know how you're doing. Lately, I've just been working nonstop, working in Atlanta, and we had this quote-unquote giant ice storm. Like, I get Georgia doesn't really have anything to clear, snow or ice. And I'm from the north, so I'm used to a lot of snow and all that stuff. Nothing like too bad actually happened down here, but my boss was like, if you don't feel comfortable driving in the morning, then you're more than welcome to stay here at the hospital. And I'm comfortable driving in the snow, and I trust my skills. I don't trust every other fucker on the road though. They already drive horrible enough, so there's no way in hell I'm going to the road with them. So I stayed the night. I stayed the night and worked a little bit up until about midnight. Then I slept. Worked the next day. Oh no, I spent like 33 hours. How? What the fuck? Okay. One more. Okay. But I stayed the night. I ended up spending like 33 hours in the hospital because of that. And it was fucking ridiculous. Went to go play some D&D. Not a big deal or anything. I've got a few characters right now, and I've been a dungeon master for 6 years, roughly. And I play a lot of 5th edition. Also, shout out to my homebrew PDF I'm going to be releasing here within like the next week or so. It's being reviewed and edited right now. It comes with like 23 subclasses, blah blah blah. Not a big deal or anything. But it comes with 23 subclasses, 2 for every single class released by Wizards, and then 1 for Wizard, which is the Chaos Wizard. Actually one of my favorites, to be honest. I also released 3 new custom classes, the Magus, the Oracle, and the Death Knight. Each of them have their 4 own archetypes. Stuff like that. So it's all getting reviewed. It comes with like 65 new custom spells and magic items, how to create traps, new feats and invocations, how to half-breed races. So if you want to play like Blue Dragonborn and a Dwarf all in one, you can. So it's going to be released for free. I'm going to do a video over that on my other channel called Roll Advantage. So fuck it. deal with that. So this will get released for free on the DMs Guild. I'm going to print a few hard copies also for just me and my friends, and no big deal or anything like that. So it's gonna be like 4 or 5 actual like real copies out in the world. But like it's just like a labor of love. We've put so much time into this already. What the fuck? How did he... Okay. Well, we're gonna watch this guy for a little bit since that was my last one for today. It's called Balasar's Guide for Exploration. It's pretty much in the perspective of him, Balasar, which is an eldritch knight that explores, and you've essentially found his journal. And so it goes through all those things I just listed, and I'll do a review over the archetypes and the custom classes, and put out videos on my Roll Advantage channel, which I also don't really upload too often. I need to get back into that, but I've sent the book in for review to NerdRT since they said that they would do that, so I think that'd be pretty damn cool. Oh, that's kind of cool. I had no idea that was up there. Why is his shield regenerating? Huh. Okay. So, anyway, I've got a few characters that I'm playing right now. So Monday we're going to be starting Curse of Strahd. We just got done with my homebrew session about hags and all that stuff. All my homebrew stuff is also going to be released on DM's Guild eventually. So we finish up the hag campaign for mine. It's going to be Curse of Strahd now. Then there is going to be our Wednesday campaign. We're currently in the middle of Tomb of Annihilation. I'm playing a Fire Genasi Magus, Corporal Redbloom. He's a bit of a hothead, he's lawful evil. Essentially, if you're not a proven warrior, he's not going to respect you, and he's not gonna put his life on the line for you, unless you're a kid. Coincidentally enough, though, we are playing with someone who's playing a kid. He has a pet Triceratops, and he's like a mounted cavalier, and that's all he can really do. But like, the lore between our group is so intertwined with everything, and it's just amazing. I love the group that I play with and the lore behind it all. So currently we're like level 7, I want to say. And so it all started with Storm King's Thunder, which I had actually DM'd for my group about a year ago and finished about 2 months ago, I want to say, maybe 2.5. And there was some stuff that was left unanswered. So Tomb of Annihilation for us takes place about 12 years later in the aftermath of the giants and everything. And so we're in Chult, and what we're doing is like every DM, and there's like 4 or 5 DMs in the group, everyone will have a chance to actually like DM a session if they want, or DM a small part. So I wanted to answer part of the thing was left unanswered. So in Storm King's Thunder, you eventually go onto this gambling ship because you found a coin on the Storm Queen's body, who was murdered, and it was called a Golden Geese, I think. And so only one gambling ship, based out of Yartar, I think, actually contains these. So you go and find the ship, and there's a bunch of nobles, blah blah blah. You meet Lord Drylith, and what my party did, unfortunately, is that after they killed Pao Ming, the Archmage, um, he he blew a hole in the ship, and it was catching on fire, and all the nobles there left to gamble were like, we don't want to be around any of you all. You all threatened our lives. So the party, being the murder hobos that they are, they're like, hey, you should totally pay us for rescuing you, and you should give us a ship. That way, we can find the Storm King. And they're like, no, you all just murdered those people for no reason, blah blah blah. We would rather jump off of the ship than give you anything. And they're like, alright, go ahead and do it. So, one by one, the nobles started jumping off the ship, and then one of the players had a javelin of lightning, threw it into the water, and what they saw was that all of the nobles died from being electrocuted. And so, one of the players in that group had a really big problem with that. Draper, a gnome artificer. Draper's one of the best characters I've ever seen. Oh my god, it was... Sue, you're an amazing player. Oh my god, I'm glad you're in the group. So Draper had a big problem at this, and at this point they were already level 9, maybe 8 or 9. And so they left. And the party went on to go find the Morkoth, which is a squid-shaped ship that is imprisoning the Storm King, because that's the information they got from the actual gambling ship. So they have to find the Morkoth, and the Morkoth is driven, or actually ran by, a cultist group called the Kraken Society. The Kraken Society all worship the Kraken Tlarkrethel. And so, by the way, I love Krakens. In my Balasar's Guide to Everything, or Exploration, there is a Warlock patron that deals with Krakens, where you get your power from a Kraken. Anyway, so, the players are going through, and Draper feels super guilty for the party killing, essentially, these nobles. And so, after that, they left. And we're like, I don't want to do anything with you guys. You guys are evil. Blah, blah, blah. Like, that's not right. Fast forward 12 years later. Oh, he's gonna get so 12 years later, the kid happens to be one of the only child of the kid's name is Zialto. The father was Mudo, who was essentially a false, quote-unquote, noble for Nightstone when they were originally a pirate, but they saved the life of the lady there, so they got to be a noble and took in charge while she was dead. So the kid is there, and all the people just got done killing the hag, which is the only known source to have your people resurrected back to life while you're in Cholt, because of the death curse. So we just got done with that, headed down the mountain. We had what was their name? I don't know. We had a guide that wasn't actually a person. It was a coddle, which is like this divine snake. So they flew off after we gave the necklace of the witch, and we started heading towards the shore because my thing deals with the shore. We had to get to some Port Kalisklyre, I want to say. So my whole thing was for 2 sessions. It was going to solve all the answers of the nobles on that gambling ship. So what they thought was the nobles died from electrocution. What actually happened is they were near dying, and Tlarkrethel came to their aid and said, I will take you all. safely to shore so that way you may all live. And he took them to Cholt, and he said, in return for that, I want you all to essentially worship me, and I will give you protection and spare your life. So he does that. They don't really remember what exactly happened 12 years ago, but they've got some diary entries and all that stuff that you can find scattered throughout. I'm going to release this module, essentially you can call it, so that way you all can see how it went. But all in all, like there's weird ass rituals. There's no old people. There was no babies. Anytime there was a baby, which conveniently enough, one was going to be born while they were there, it would get tossed into the ocean, so that way it could become a sea spawn about a week later and return as an adult. And so all the people there were either Kraken priests, deep scions, or sea spawn. And it turned out wonderfully. The people were scared out of their mind. And like the way it was set up is like there was a bunch of zombies outside the castle walls, and there was a giant illusion placed from the crackle on the entire place, so that way everything looks pristine and clean and happy, where in reality, if you saw through the Kraken's illusion, an intelligence save DC 23, I think, you'd see that everything was falling apart, torn, like the walls were breaking, stuff was rotting. Oh. Why did you shoot? Okay, so, anyway, things just started getting weirder and weirder, more subtly, and, oh shit. And so they eventually started getting, like, creeped out, and thankfully, alright. Actually, I think Ultimate Sniper JR actually killed me in a previous match, not just now. So it got to the point where like they were trapped on the inside of these walls with these crazy Kraken people, and they had to decide: do we leave and deal with the massive zombie horde on the outside trying to break in, or do we stay here and deal with these crazy people and maybe possibly die? Eventually, they all got found out from like breaking the rules and actually finding the Kraken Slarkrethel down in the sewers underneath that led to the harbor. And one of my players, I knew how they were going to react. They're quote unquote obsessed with power. So instead of them fighting oh, there's a person right there, you dumbass. It's to your right. You fucking idiot. What are you doing? Okay. So instead of killing them and having them fight this Kraken, blah blah blah, instead we had them actually dive down to where the Kraken was, and they became a Fathom Warlock, which their patron was Slarkrethel. And I thought that was super cool, super flavorful. I'll explain everything in the actual guide later, but as of right now, I'm going to get off. So I hope you all enjoyed my rambling and all that, and my shitty gameplay. So I will talk to you all later. Have a good one, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.